when it's something strange in the neighborhood, who you gonna call? Scooby-Doo, that's who you call. Thought I was going somewhere else with it. We saw the name of the video, man. You know this, man. Scooby-Doo came out 2002, like the movie did. It was a live-action adaptation of the classic Hanna-Barbera cartoon. Now, I grew up with Scooby-Doo, and so, like, you know, I was pretty knowledgeable on all things Scooby-Doo. This movie came out, and I think, if I remember correctly, originally, from what I remember hearing afterward, I think they wanted to do an R-rated film. People nowadays say they want to be PG-13, and I'm like, well, look what they did with Josie and the Pussycats. Yeah, PG-13. But, I think 2 PG films, which we're talking about the first one now. I remember we rented this, a VHS, and we watched it, and the VHS was going out on the way out. We had DVD, but maybe it was DVD we rented. I don't know. I know I had the VHS, but so the first scene sees them capturing this moon ghost and then separating. Oh wait, I was like, what? This is how you start a movie? Well, they get back together because Emil Montevarius, played by Rowan Atkinson, has brought them to Haunted Island to solve a mystery. His guests are leaving his island acting weird, and so he's called upon them to solve a mystery while they're acting weird. Along the way, they meet characters like Melvin Dew, a strange guy who I don't think ever has a name, but has, you know, a thing for Velma. The mysterious Nagu Taune, some Mexican wrestler guy. And a voodoo guy, a voodoo man, played by Miguel A. Nunez Jr., who, for some reason, keeps coming back into my reviews. So, yeah. So that's the basic story, is that they have to figure out what's going on. So, first of all, you know, they had this big old thing where the monsters are real. What kind of canon is this? Because this is supposed to be, well, I'm guessing in 1998, like, I'm guessing that is only canon to the original series, because otherwise, like, they would reference Zombie Island. This is, you know, this is supposed to be like a continuation of a classic series. I don't understand why at the beginning of this is supposed to be when they're younger, right? So Fred has this little bit longer hair, but the thing is, in the cartoon, he had this short, combed over hair. He didn't have long hair. Not really. I mean, it was a little bit like Shaggy-like, but like 70s hair. Wasn't the 70s when this ends. And here's the thing, they want to be realistic, like they should be like 50 years old when the movie starts, you know? Or during the film, I don't know. But this whole plan is that there is these bunny demon things. They're hopping into people's bodies. And when they hop into people's bodies, people's souls or protoplasmic souls, whatever, are taken and put into this big pot thing. And it happens to, you know, the gang, like, some of the gang, like, okay, so, while on the plane, which they sneak Scooby onto, his grandma, which, they didn't even get in trouble, because during the flight, Scooby goes after a cat. No not get in trouble, nothing. But so it's been debunked that Shaggy is not a pothead. The people who wrote this movie clearly wanted to kind of drop Easter eggs to that. When we first catch up with Shaggy and Scooby, they're in the mystery machine with the smoke barreling out at the top, and it turns out they're just frying eggplant burgers. But the smoke is a little bit odd. And then when Isla Fisher's character comes in, she says her name is Mary Jane, and Shaggy says that that's his favorite name. Come on! So yeah, Mary Jane. And so this whole plan is about taking the souls and putting them together to become all powerful. And yes, it's Mr. Montevarius that's behind it. Because he wanted Scooby-Doo, a pure soul. There's one problem I have. Alright, like there were some deleted scenes. If you like on the VHS, they even have the deleted scenes after the feature. And it's on the disc and stuff, but there are deleted scenes, and I don't think they took them out as clean cut as they could. Like at least a couple I noticed. There's a deleted scene where Velma, okay, by the way, they get this thing called the Daemonitis. It's what captures the souls and everything. They get a hold of it. And what does Velma do? She sits at a bar and messes with it. Why wouldn't she go into like their room? You know, they should have like a hotel room or something. Why didn't she go in there and mess around with it instead of in a place where everyone can fucking see you? Even that weird dude, I'll call him Roger, because I don't know his name. Roger comes up. So this know I'm talking about, the dude with he wears orange. He's got the mustache and the goatee thing and black hair. I call him Roger because I don't know his freaking name. Roger comes up to her and starts talking to her. Now there's a deleted scene where Nagu Tahune, he starts playing Tahuna, whatever, starts playing the piano. And in the deleted scene, Velma starts singing, I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby. And you could say, I remember the scene vividly, and she's singing to Roger. I'm like, but clearly she's singing it to Fred. But it's cut out. But they kept the clap in. Like, he sits down, and he's playing the piano, and then, Velma's talking to Roger, and then all of a sudden it cuts to them clapping. It's very incoherent. One, he wasn't playing that long. And then, she tells a story about Scrappy, which that comes back later. It's like, you gotta know, okay, they talk about Scrappy. Something's gotta be going on with Scrappy. And then you get, the clapping and everything. That whole thing. She shouldn't have been messing with it. It gets taken away from her anyway. And then we get the other scene that, it messes with the film. Okay, so there's the deleted scene where, so after this whole thing goes down, the monsters show up, after the whole clapping and everything, and monsters show up, they go through the place, you run me out, man, whoa, man, and they end up, they get, Daphne, Mary Jane, Shaggy, and Scooby get separated from Fred and Velma. And they end up sleeping on the beach. When they wake up, they find a place, it's one big beach party, and it has a cameo from Sugar Ray, Mark McGrath, singing, get up, get up, get up, and I'm gonna pick you up and take you where I wanna. Na 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 na. She sings these words to me. She sings these words to me. Baby, I count the days till I see you again. You know, that's the song. I can say here the whole thing and you copyright. But, so, you know, and I kind of love this part because they made it with Fred and he's like, and the biatch was like, what? And I was like, later on, because they have this whole thing where they teach them weird 50s slang, like, or, I don't know, yeah, 50s slang, whatever. Yo, what up, dog? Yo, what up, dog? And, dog? Yeah, the beach was like, this is on Earth. You know what I'm saying, G? No. And then there's this sound, and they're like, ugh. Now, the sound is actually from a deleted scene where Daphne finds Velma dancing in something, and she confronts her, and she reveals that she's been taken over by the monster and goes after her. And there's another deleted scene, because Shaggy, Mary Jane, and Scooby, they ride on these four-wheeler things, and, you know, Mary Jane's on the, you know, riding a bitch or whatever you call it, and she gets whacked in the head and it's revealed that it's one of the monsters. And Scooby tries to tell Shaggy, he won't listen, and it results in Scooby falling through a trapdoor. Shaggy goes in after him, and there's another deleted scene here that shows Daphne getting her soul taken out and put in the pot. However, I remember when I first watched this, I was confused because they cut that part out. They cut the other part out with Velma, which that doesn't matter, but they cut that part out where she gets the soul taken out. So he's going through and he's looking through and he pulls out Velma, flings her out, goes through her body, pulls out Fred. Okay, he's done. It shows Fred's protoplasmic head flying and can't get to his body because he walks through a door, boom, which he's a protoplasmic head, he's a ghost, he should be able to go through the door, right? I don't know. And so then Shaggy's still by the pot, though. And he's looking through, he pulls out some dude. Oh, thank you. He goes, oh, I'm sorry, I'm just looking for my friends. And I remember sitting there thinking, you got them. Fred and Velma, that's all you needed. And lo and behold, he pulls out Daphne. And it's like, when did she get taken? See, they cut that scene out. So when he says he's looking for his friends, after the other two, the two we know were, you know, taken over, it's confusing. Consider, I'm looking for my friends. Well, you got them both. But then he pulls Daphne out. She's like, oh, I can do it myself. And then flings her out. And then they, you know, Fred and Daphne get switched. Oh, it's funny. They do this thing with Damon Rice where they all get switched around. And then that's funny. And I guess they need Scooby-Doo as a sacrifice. And that's when they reveal that Emilio Valverde is the villain. And it's later revealed that it is Scrappy. And there are a few things that you notice, especially when you've already watched it, is there's a scene just before the monsters break into the place where like stuff going on, and he goes like a dog. He has Scooby snacks in his office, which are dog treats, and he knows that Scooby's full name is Scoobert. The one thing I can't figure out how he knows is, how did he know that Shaggy wouldn't believe him about Mary Jane being a monster? Because that's just like, well, I mean, for all we know, the Mary Jane monster could have came back and told him, sure, but it's just out of nowhere. I remember I'm sitting there watching it this time, I'm like, how do you know about, because like, he wouldn't believe about that nasty girl Mary Jane, would he? I'm like, yeah, but how do you know about that? How do you know about that? It's very possible that the Mary Jane monster came and told him. It's very possible. Yes, and it turns out to be Scrappy. Of course, they have to mess up the traps. I never got why they had to mess up the traps. Because they end up working in the long run anyway. Because the thing is that they're setting up the big pot to tip over and all the souls going to where they go. And Shaggy messes up and it gets him instead and flings him up. And yeah, and then eventually it takes Scooby-Doo's soul, but Scooby-Doo gets his soul back, and they reveal that Scrappy is Emil Montevideo is actually Scrappy. The real Emil Montevideo has been underground, has his big bushy beard and hair and stuff. Now, having Scrappy as the villain, okay. But they sort of undermine Scrappy in this. Like, he's the villain. Fine, I understand, like, Scrappy has been shit on for ages. It's understandable that after all this time being shit on, and always being pulled away, not being able to fight, I would see that Scrappy sick of being disrespected, and he becomes a villain. That's fine. But they even have a line where Velma says, he's not even a puppy, he has a glandular problem. I'm like, no, he's a puppy, because it says puppy power. He's a puppy, alright? I mean, now he's probably like 45, but you know what I mean. He'd be dead by now. I'm just saying, dog years. But anyway, yeah. Overall, I enjoy this movie. I don't have problems with it. I'm gonna do the second one, but I'm not gonna do the 2 TV movies just yet, because I'm gonna wait. Because I got other ones I want to do before the. It's just getting closer and closer. I got tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday, and tomorrow is WWE Super Showdown. So I don't know how much time I'll have, or unless I put Super Showdown on one TV, movie on the other, and get that done. Also, not gonna do the original Invisible Man. I tried to watch it tonight and just couldn't get into it. The only ones I've been able to watch so far from those black and white movies, Dracula and Frankenstein. And even Frankenstein was a little hard to watch. It's just a little, but it's good. It's good though. It's good. But like, I just couldn't get into Invisible Man. So I probably won't be reviewing that one, but I will be watching. I will be reviewing the new one. So look for that. That'll be on Saturday. Also Saturday, I plan on doing a commentary for the 1989 classic film, Batman. Starring Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. I'm like, I want to do a commentary. I was going to do a commentary every Wednesday, but that didn't happen. And I want to do at least one commentary for this month. And, so what can I do? Because I had 4 movies, Charlotte's Play, Batman, a couple other ones. But I figured if I got to choose one, I'll choose Batman. And I'll watch that. So Saturday sometime will be a commentary for Batman. And then also the Invisible Man review. So look for those. But yeah, for now, oh, hey, I got to give a score. I'll probably end the video without a score. 8 out of 10 for Scooby-Doo. 8 out of 10. Whew. For now, like, share, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you think of the Scooby-Doo movie. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Almost forgot the damn score.